AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
See, Flea's too cool out here, man. That's what we need.
That's what we need.
No contact. Oh, Pistons fans, what you crying about? What you say, old boy? That's NBA basketball. Playoff basketball. Flea, put your glasses back on.
Now they need to see my eyeballs today, baby. They need to see my eyeballs today, baby. Wow.
They were playing Rick James in the commercials. Give it to me, what you say? You going wild out here, Flea. You down by 10. And who came back? Back in the court after getting injured. Jalen, Willis, Reed, Brunson. Yeah. Put that Nick jersey on. It's a cape. You heard Tom Thibodeau? Yeah, he went back there. He got his cape, man. He got back there. He got his cape. Yeah, y'all know who this is, man. I'm too excited to even call a damn shot. What's that called? A drops. Well, he just dropped off the screen.
Big Flea. Never the little one. Biggest, y'all. We here.
Oh, ball suckers.
Bum ass niggas. Let's fucking go. Woo!
They talking about what foul call? You didn't watch the playoffs last year? They were crying about that. Philly, another big city, Detroit, going downhill. Big Brunson energy out here, man. Flea, did they forget what this is? Y'all know what this is.
KNICKS Rehab.
KNICKS Rehab, y'all.
Got people talking about, huh? What is this nonsense you speak of? Belt to ass, as the young pup say. The lead.
Real quick, y'all. That was my brother DJ Webstar. He a New York Knicks fanatic like us. He said, tell everybody in the chat, it's a beautiful day and big shout out to the Knicks. That is a fact. Big shout out, my guy DJ Webstar. Just now called me. He said, listen, blue and orange skies for everybody.
Let's roll.
Khalid Pasha. I've been putting respect on Cat's name all year. When he ain't showing up, he ain't showing up. The last two games. We cannot say that. Big Cat, Mad Lion, no imposter. The Pistons, big imposters. You kidding me? 94-93 victory. What AllBall said? This is 90s basketball all over again. 94-93? What Flea said the other day. It's playoff basketball. They're not scoring. Woo! Get ready, he said. And they listen. 94-93 victory by the Nueva York Knicks. Nueva York. If you're from New York, you don't understand. I'm going to DR. Nueva York. The R is an L over there. What we talking about? Only 3 people in double figures for the Knicks. 14 for Josh Hart. Bad shooting night for Anunoby. 3 or 14, 8 points. Big 27 from Big Cat. 9 rebounds. 10 rebounds for Josh Hart. Forgot to mention. 8 rebounds for 8 points for Mikal Bridges. We'll get to him in a second. Bad first half, but boy, oh boy, did he come up big. And of course, 32 big points, 11 assists, big assists from big body Brunson. And then bum ass Pistons. I'll give you some shine. 18 for Tobias Harris, 14 for Tim Hardaway Jr., 25 from Cade. You learning. It's the playoffs, baby. You learning. You ain't all NBA yet, and you definitely ain't the best player in this series. As I was told he was supposed to be. No shots. 13 for Michael Beasley. Then the Schroeder's bum ass. Back to you, your regular points. 8 points in the game 1, 6 points in game 4. Where you been? Trying to trip our guy up. All you got is dirty plays. Landing on my man. On my man's ankle. It was a good play, I'm not going to lie. Great trick. But the big magicians are out here, AllBall. Game 4. We're coming back to the Garden up 3-1. Like we wanted to, AllBall. What is your reaction to this Game 4 victory by the Nueva York Knicks?
For one, I gotta calm down. I'm ecstatic. I'm not only ecstatic that our Knicks pulled off this victory on the road. This is NBA playoff basketball, y'all. Flea said it the other day, Fabian, and we both have to agree. All that scoring 120, 130 points, get that shit out of here. Slow the game down. Physicality, mental toughness, basketball IQ. This is real NBA playoff basketball. We've been saying it for the last couple of years. The Knicks in the playoffs is the most exciting team in the NBA when it comes to playoff basketball. The drama, everything is there. And they flee. Fabian, everybody wants to be a part of it. Everybody wants to be a part of it. Ain't no celebrities flying on all these other bum-ass series. Now, let's get to the basketball game. I was so disgusted with OG, Mikal Bridges, and Tibbs. But boy, did they make it up when it counted. Did they make it up when it counted? I'm going to say this. The mental fortitude. Yeah, y'all hear me? Big words. The mental toughness to never give up. You got to remember, this is a game we could have packed up. On the road, Detroit just, remember that second half, we ended the second half being up 16, and then they wound up 11-0 run. We only up 5, and then they come out. We have one of those third quarters that we always have, which is horrific, but we never gave up. Listen, man, you said something the other day about Brunson. I got to give you your props. You're 100% correct. We need him to do what he does. Because I'm going to be honest, what he brings to the table is crazy. It's crazy. This is what MVPs look like. That's why last season everybody laughed at me when I said MVP of the year should have been Jalen Brunson, especially with what he had to deal with. Listen, when you have your guys like OG Bridges having a tough night offensively, when you're not getting no real production from the bench, you roll your ankle. Well, you know, a guy falls on your bad ankle. You're not 100% healthy. You tape that thing up, because I'm not going to lie, Flea. I say, here we go. They up 11. Our guy's hurt. He ain't coming back in the game. And when I seen that man on the bench, and when he get back in the game, I said, Lord have mercy. Listen,
don't forget that. Don't forget the in and out. Don't forget the in and out like a burger out here. Schroeder's a burger. Burger means burger in German.
But
I
have to attest, we got to give Flea his props up here because he preaches one thing all the time. And it goes over everybody's head. Fucking defense. Scrapping, effort, diving, fighting. Now, we do get killed on the boards. Listen. But down the stretch, fighting, clawing, not complaining to the refs, fighting through all the physicality. Because let's be realistic. The refs are trying to give Detroit this basketball game. We just not giving it to them. Cat and Brunson gets fouled all the time. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about, foul baiting and all that. They are allowing Beasley and Dennis Schroeder to literally put their hands on Brunson and just push him. How many times Cat goes to the basket, and even if he misses, even when he makes it, when you see the aftermath, he's getting fouled. But they not crying. They not complaining. They fighting through it. Listen, man, we have to start understanding when we play this level of basketball where everybody gets involved, Brunson with the big 11 assists, double-double, when we play smart, because after a while, I was texting my brothers, and I want to let Flea cook. I don't want to take too long. I want everybody to get in on this. When I was texting my brothers, and I was saying, yo, we started to get out of control. The end of the first half, into that third quarter, we started playing their basketball game. And I'm like, yo, Tibbs, call a timeout. Get us under control. Because now we going imano. I'm watching my guys just going, you know what? I'm going to just show what I can do. And it was just bad plays after bad plays. But once the captain gathered the troops together, yo, Flea, I don't know how he do it sometimes. I don't know those shots off the wrong foot, coming across his right, shooting with the left. But I'm going to give props to somebody, and I'm going to let Flea cook. I can't stand Mikal Bridges. But you know what? And I got to be honest. But you know what? 2 big 3-point shots. The defense, scrapping, getting down there, deflections. Big shout out to him. Big shout out to all the guys at the end of that. fighting, scratching, knowing the refs ain't gonna call shit. This NBA playoff basketball. So if I got to bend or bite your motherfucking finger off to get this rebound or to stop you from getting it. So listen, great basketball game, great playoff game. I love the intensity. I love the physicality. But our guys, we got to give props to Cat and Brunson. They stepped up. When you got guys like that, all-stars, former #1 pick, both of them been to the conference finals. Both of them been leaders of their teams. These are the guys we look for to step up in these big moments. So for me, I have to give those guys props. Big shout out everybody. But listen, man, great fucking game. Darlene Bryant is in the building. Tori B is in the building. I can't see the chat, but I can see down there when Fabian highlights it. The beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant. The ladies are in the building, fellas. Please speak to the ladies and be respectful. Darlene Bryant, Tori B, what's happening? Good afternoon, everybody. But
Darlene
I'm gonna
B,
let
what
Flea,
up, baby?
I'm gonna let Flea cook. I just think this game showed that we can play championship level type basketball. We can not give up. We can play scrappy, tough. Flea, this game was on the road. Brunson goes down, we down 11. It looked like the Detroit Pistons, the whole momentum shifted. We could have packed it in, Flea. Flea, we could have packed this in. Sat Brunson
Packed
and
it up,
said, okay,
went back to
we
the
go
crib.
home. Not New Yorkers. We'll pack nothing up, nigga. Yeah.
Oh.
Send them bum-ass niggas home Tuesday night. Flea, the floor is yours. Big Nick shit.
Before Flea goes, shout out to Cuzzo.
Oh, my cousin Nina. Mookie, love you to death. Big shout out, Cuzzo. What up, cuz?
Nina.
Appreciate that, family. Family's here. Everybody's showing out. We got 261 people in the building today. I love it. The energy is up. Big Nick's energy is in the building. I like how we feeling right now. That's a hell of a basketball game. That's playoff basketball. I think that's what you look forward to when you want to watch the playoffs, especially the Knicks, because we came out with a W. Yo, look, the long and the short of this thing, man, is we have taken Detroit's best shot. They ain't got shit else for us. I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. The last 2 games, they have completely shot their load. They ain't got shit else for us. They've played their best basketball. They came back from 10, 11, 14, whatever we was up, came back, made it a game going into halftime. And then the third quarter, they really punched us in our mouth, right? We went away from everything that we was doing in the first half. We was moving the basketball. We was flying around on defense. We was doing all the right things on the offensive end. And then it kind of stalled out a little bit going into halftime, especially into the third quarter, right? We let them go on a run. They scored 9 unanswered to go into halftime, and then, kept going into the third quarter. But for us to win after they played the way they played, Cade Cunningham had a 25-point triple-double today, y'all. At the crib, y'all. At the crib. So just think.
He froze up, AllBall, for you too?
No, I'm good. That's Flea.
Going back to the crib.
Go ahead, Flea, give it a shot. I'm sorry. For me, you froze up. I don't know if for anyone else you froze up.
You're freezing up and going in and out, Flea.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the reception.
Oh, no, you good now. You
good.
sound like you're good now. Yeah, it might be his Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Flea come in and out. AllBall, what you thinking, man? First of all, shout out to DJ True Skills. We got the email. Gonna send you one back. I got that in the building. He said he took a break from DJing. He's a real DJ, y'all. This is not just a YouTube name. He took a break from DJing at a brunch just to get a shout out from us. Are you kidding me?
Wow. Hold on, Flea. Fabian. Hold on. Big shout out DJ True Skills. Big shout out from KNICKS REHAB, AllBall TV and the family. Fabian, Flea, AllBall, Uncle White's, Kels, Dime Dropper. Big shout out DJ True Skills. And hopefully that's all his Instagram and YouTube and social media pages. Go follow him, support him. But big shout out to you, my brother. Big Knicks in effect. I'm sorry, Fabian. We just had to give him the proper big shout out.
Nah, 1,000,000%. You got the Uptown salute. Got the Uptown voice. DJ, listen. La Duria said she pulled over for the last 2 possessions of the game. That's real Knicks right there. Are you kidding me? I do the same thing. Late to work, no problem. Call out of work. No problem. I got to watch these 2 possessions, man. That's what we do in the city. You kidding me? Hold on. I think our brother's back in the building because he wasn't finished. He wasn't finished. This game was amazing. Cat giving up the crazy fadeaway. The whoop, whoop. Back-to-back games with the fadeaway. I ain't playing with y'all. You ain't playing with me. Big Flea, I see you crystal clear in the building, baby Bubba. You were saying something, my man. I love the lighting.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Clear. As clean as you look in that light, the Knicks win is Sunday. Look at those teeth. Oh, boy, you kidding me? This guy looking beautiful out here.
Nah, man. Nah, look, I just feel like we took their best punch, right? We up 3-1 now. We going back to the crib, right? It's time to finish this thing out. It's time to finish this thing out. Our best players played the best when it was time to play the best, right? Let me say that again. Our best players played the best when it was time to play the best, man. When it was time to play the best. Cat is tired of people trying to play in his face. All that soft stuff, all that stop playing with me, all that fly shit. Nah, we're not having none of that. Tobias Harris? You trying to play with me? No. Nah. Now you niggas is getting out of hand. Now y'all getting out of hand. Tobias Harris want to play in my face? Oh, nah. We're not having that. Way to finish the game. Way to stay together, right? Way to get stops. Way to do all the necessary things to win the ball game. They lost that game, right? They lost that game, right? They very well could have won that game. They gave that game to us, and our best players hit shot after shot after shot. Them threes that Cat hit, them baseline fadeaways he was hitting, right? Shooting it with confidence. You can't keep Brunson out of the paint. I stand corrected, y'all. I stand corrected. At our best, it's better than their best. Better than their best. Flat out.
Hold on, Flea, before the series, you thought the Pistons' best was better than the Knicks' best? I didn't think
No,
you said that.
I thought that at the apex, Cade Cunningham was going to be the best player in the series.
Okay.
But as a collective, our best is head and shoulders better than their best.
But hold on, Fabian. Before you cook, I gotta ask Flea this. Please tell me how you feel about the last possession. We know where the ball is on. Detroit got the ball, 11 seconds left. The ball in Cade Cunningham's hands. OG is guarding him. Please tell me about the job OG did to where Cade Cunningham, he ain't have no shot. Please, if you could break that down and tell me how you feel about that defensive play, because you're a guy that's all about defense and preaches how important defense is.
I talked about defense all year to y'all, right? And I said, there's no way there's a flip, the switch that we're going to flip, and all of a sudden we're going to be playing some kind of like lockdown defense during stretches of the game. Yo, OG, when I tell you I watch stretches where Cat is playing great defense, I'm watching stretches where Brunson is playing great defense. I'm watching stretches where Josh Hart is playing great. Aside from our 2 wings that are elite defenders, the 3 other guys that we were questioning whether they're going to play on an elite level to get stops down the stretch, these guys are playing. Cat has been protecting the rim as well as I've ever seen him do it, right? It's not Gobert, Mutombo, Ben Wallace type, but what he's doing for us is major defending that rim. How scrappy Brunson is being, not being a liability, not being somebody that you hunt out. Go ahead and try to hunt him out. He's strong. He's being a force. He's not getting taken advantage of. And let me tell you something, man. Cade was getting his way with Bridges. He's a little stronger than Bridges. He likes to shoot over Bridges and things like that. I think Bridges did the best job that he could, but he was still getting killed. OG Anunoby is the guy that needs to be on Cade Cunningham from the start of the game to the end of the game. That guy does the best job on Cade Cunningham, makes every shot tough, and Cade is a tough shot maker. He's going to make every shot tough. He's going to be physical with him. He's going to fight through the screens. Brunson's doing a great job of just really hedging and showing just to allow OG to get back in front of him. Like what we're doing defensively like right now in longer stretches to where it puts us in a position to win games. The only reason we won tonight is because we actually started getting stops and defensive rebounds. Jalen Duren had 15 rebounds tonight. Unacceptable, but if late in the game he's not going to get on the glass and we get those rebounds and extra possessions, I love it, man. I'm ecstatic. I'm talking fast, and that's only because I just love what we got going on right now. To go on the road, get 2 wins on the road, yo, like you can't ask for anything else, man. You can't ask for anything else, for real.
Shout out to AllBall for shouting me out for being right about the other night. That's number 1. Shout out to Cat. Shout out to Cat, man. He's listening, man. It gotta be us. He knows he's holding himself accountable. Even though I thought Tobias Harris was getting in his head a little bit because he went directly to cross the paint, lost the ball. He's getting comfortable being aggressive. That's what I like. Same thing we talk about. People need reps. You need reps being aggressive. Oh, okay, I can't do that while I'm aggressive. Back-to-back games with killer fadeaways. This one today was even crazier. That was Larry Bird-like. Kidding me? Yo, man, Flea, I am sounding more and more like, what's his name? That old mother lover on ESPN in the morning. The Mad Dog. He brings up Bob Cousy. Right. Fabian, shut up, Fabian. But we haven't seen shots like that in a long time. The fadeaways, those beautiful shots. And even though they were 2 broken plays, I think it was OG coming out of the corner with Cat for the fadeaway, and Cat at the top of the right wing, big time 3-pointer. 5 points in a row, 0-5-0 run. Flea, you are correct. The defense we played in the first quarter is what helped us out, but we were also rolling on the offensive end. We were going. It was straight balanced attack, and we lost that after that. We did not have a balanced attack after the first quarter. That was all straight one-on-one. That's why you play a one-on-one players. That's what I was stressing about game 2. All right, we so big on Brunson, but who else is going to show up? Because the play's going to break down for Brunson. Somebody has to show up for him to get the ball after the breakdown, after he's getting double teams. And Cat he's playing too aggressive for you to ignore him. If you ignore him, it's going to get to the point where Cat's going to go crazy. But I digress, because that's not what happened. Cat went bananas. Yeah, it was only 9 rebounds, but there was a stretch we had like 3 offensive rebounds in a row, going crazy. And getting back to the defense, Jalen Brunson is as bad as he is one-on-one defensively. He's becoming a great off-ball defender, especially when we don't want him in that matchup. He's switching the hell up fast as hell. We need that direly. We went on the phone, Flea, when I said the switch that he had with OG, when he was on Cade, just that slow step to allow OG to cover Cade, who's already 3 steps behind the 3-point line on the wing, right above the break 3-pointer. It was a deep shot. All right, you go take that if you want to. I'm going to switch with OG right here, give you enough time to come in and switch, and he missed the shot anyway. But little things like that for Brunson to pick up on, that's what he better do. Cat, how do you say that, Flea, when someone makes up for your mistake on the defensive end? Like they blow by you, but I'm Cat and I just blocked their shot.
The help. It
was help, but it was like, if he's not there, we're giving that shot up. And Mitchell Robinson's not there, who we usually expect to just, that shot wouldn't even go up with Mitch there. And Cat's like, you know what? I need to make a presence in this series. Y'all are bums. You are not, none of you guys are on my level. We keep talking about Cade versus Brunson. Is Cade on Cat's level? Like, Cat has to take that personal. You guys keep saying Cade versus Brunson. Hold on, you think he's better than me? I impact both sides of the court. And he showed that today. The shooting, we didn't like some of his possessions in the first half where he was facing up against a double team. He lost the ball against Schroeder. But even after that play, he tripped up. Was it Schroeder he tripped up or the other dude? And Ron Holland and Durant tried to punch him in the nuts. It was just to be a part of all that. And this is why I pushed back about the Draymond Green criticism. This is what we're missing. The Pistons, the Magic, the Rockets, Draymond Green, the Knicks, they're all playing the tenacity, the competitiveness that we've all been missing the last 10 years of basketball. Like it's personal, like you want to win. All right, y'all got the bag. We see all the headlines. $500 million this, $500 million that. Which one of y'all are willing to break your leg for that $500 million? Because you're going to be rich for life. You're going to be rich for life. Brunson's out there. He could have taken more money, damn near broke his leg, came back out and went bananas. Willis Reed moment for him. It was amazing. Just to come back off a leg injury and in and out, shake up, shoulder like that was great. I don't want to, because AllBall and Laturia's in the comments, she will flame us for trying to fast forward into the second round.
Laturia.
Mikal Bridges and OG are going to have to figure out how to contribute scoring wise on the offensive end in the second round. They will. As of right now in the first round, we can be okay with them being okay on offense, because this was a less than stellar performance by them. But with our foot on their necks now, I would have to believe if we come out blazing in game 5, it's going to be easier for Bridges and OG to go off, and I expect the fourth quarter to be a rest in the next game, because Bridges didn't do well with the setup shots, and that was my problem with Josh Hart when he crossed half court and he passed the ball to Deuce too late. Don't let the defense set up, number one, and number two, let Deuce catch the ball in stride in the corner, as opposed to, and it's a dangerous pass because you pass into the corner, as opposed to that catch and shoot. A catch and shoot, Flea, you got to explain this to me. Catch and shoot is way harder to shoot than Bridges coming off, running to his spot on an inbounds pass in stride, and now he's in rhythm. Catch and shoot is me in one spot, catch it and shoot it. That's tough, man. That was tough. So the passing we have to pick up on, but what won us this game was the grit and the grind. We were down by 10, and it was really, to be honest, it was Brunson. That fourth quarter, he coming back down by 10 points. There was nobody to save us. We were missing something, and he provided that energy. I don't care what time of the year it is. Brunson's coming to play, and today he showed it. He showed it, fellas.
Well, damn, y'all both made great points. Remember, we was down 11 in the fourth quarter, right? But I'm gonna say something that's very underrated that nobody's, we haven't mentioned yet. We didn't panic as a basketball team. Y'all know how I feel about Tibbs, but I got to give Tibbs some props. He left Cat in the game when Cat had 4 fouls in that early third quarter.
You like that?
No. I didn't like.
Okay.
I didn't like it, right? But I said, you know what? The coach, you have to show some type of you say it again. Confidence, right? And your player being able to stay out there and not commit no dumb fouls, and it worked out for us. So also it was a play that I see everybody in the chat that we ran an out of bounds play when Brunson got it and kicked it across, and Cat knocked down a 3. So for me, I seen Tibbs do some things that I got to give him props for. But the word my word today is panic. We didn't panic at all. Down 11, we knew we could still win this basketball game just by our body language. We didn't even panic when Bridges missed, because I was going crazy in here. When Bridges missed damn near 3-4 threes in a row, and I'm going, yo, why you still shooting? We still didn't panic. Listen, man, the NBA world, the NBA haters, they know who they all are, from Draymond to Shaq to, all the new analysts and, podcasters that say we was going to lose this series. Eventually, y'all going to have to circle the block. We did things today that people thought we wasn't capable of doing, and that's fighting. People thought we were soft. People thought we wouldn't go for the 50-50 balls. They thought we wouldn't get in your face. They thought we wouldn't dive on the floor. They thought we would be down 11 at home and panic and just throw the game. Brunson gets injured. I already know what the crowd is thinking. I already know what the haters is thinking. But what we did not do, we did not panic. I think that is something that's underrated. And I think today proved that when we play the right style of basketball and when we come together as a team, listen, man, we could beat anybody, I respect, Torrey B, but I'm being honest. I'm thinking about Boston. Fuck these bum-ass Detroit Pistons. It's over. We get these niggas out of here Tuesday. Boston ain't healthy. Yeah, let's start game planning. Shit about to be real. But, hey, Flea, man, I think, just the scrappiness. And I'm going to say something, and I'm going to let Flea cook. PJ Tucker. We've been a different ball club since PJ Tucker got on that bench. If y'all are telling me that PJ Tucker is not in that locker room, not on the phone with these guys, helping them understand what NBA toughness, playoff toughness is, and what it is to play in the finals and go deep into the playoffs, and probably letting them and helping them understand as far as how games are going to be reffed and called and how physical it's going to be. Big shout out PJ Tucker. I think he's probably the best assistant coach on the bench. That is a fact. And Fabian, all y'all laughed at me when I said, go get PJ Tucker.
We did.
They laughed at me.
We did. I did.
PJ Tucker is on that bench assistant coaching us as far as toughness. Because he could probably let them know. Remember, he's been in the league forever. Hey, these are the referees tonight. This is what they're going to call. This is what they're not going to call. This is what they're going to allow. This is what they're not going to allow. Because think about it. We doing things that we ain't never did. Remember, we pushing the fine line. We ain't getting text called. Guys are being physical. We getting in people's faces. We pushing people. Remember, we mocking you. We doing all of that. So for me, listen, man. I think today was a great win, a big win, because now we up 3-1 and we can close them out at home, and then just shuts up the haters. I love when the haters get shut down. Everybody picked Detroit. Everybody picked Detroit. And now we have an opportunity to gentleman sweep them. How can you not be ecstatic if you're a Knicks fan? And I understand it's the first round, but for me, it's not about being the first round. It's about shutting the haters up and shutting the naysayers up and making everybody believe that, yeah, we are legit. We are third seed. We have 2 starting all-stars. We have the clutch player of the year, and we are legit. So for me, I think today proved that, you know, we could scrap with the best of them. And now it's just playing like that on a consistent basis. But to be up 1 on the road, you know, you got a guy, Kay Cunningham, who's probably, you know, going to be one of the best players in the NBA for the however many years. He got a triple-double. It was times where, you know, he took OG to the bucket, getting to that mid-range and going to the basket. So for me, that was like, oh, you know, we could lose this. And for us to come out with the win and just scrap at the end, listen, I can't say enough. I give everybody props. Like I said, I was disgusted with Bridges and Tibbs in the beginning, but they made it up where it mattered. So I got to give them props. Great fucking basketball game. NBA playoffs, man, ain't nothing like it.
No Strays Entertainment is a Celtics fan, and he says he can't wait to put us on the Summer Jam screen. He also says, AllBall said, have that Tibbs extension ready by tomorrow morning. You know, Flea, you know
we ain't going that far.
Right.
Big shout out. But we ain't going that far. Go ahead, Flea. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they going crazy over the last shot. You know, it's was that Tim Hardaway Jr.
That's how the babies do it. Like, man, right? That's how they do it. Man, get out of here, man.
I mean, it was a no call, but we saw it last year against Philly. Nobody wants to see a shot come down to a free throws. They are at home, but what call? What contact? What y'all talking about? It's game 5, baby Bubba. Y'all talking about? Keep your eyes on the prize, Detroit. Get out of here, Flea. Tell them, Flea.
I mean, look, I don't want a game ending like that at the free throw line. I don't want that. I don't want that from a fan perspective, and especially from a Knicks fan perspective. I don't want that game to end because Josh Hart is undisciplined and just flies out there closing out on a shooter with a second left in the shot. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Hold on, Flea, say it again. Flea, what he do? Say it again.
He's just undisciplined. What are you doing?
Hey, Flea, hold on. I blame him. I blame him for Brunson getting injured. My nigga, why you come and send the pick? Get out of here, bro.
Get out. So
I'm not mad at the pick. I'm not mad at the pick.
So, you know, I'm just like, I look at it like this, man. I said it as soon as it happened. I said, now on the flip side, down 1, corner 3, OG Anunoby goes up, takes a corner 3 at the end of the game. He gets fouled. Do I want that call? Probably. Do I want the call? Of sure, if it's going to decide the game. But I also look at the remaining 8 minutes of that game, the remaining 6 minutes of that game when you guys was up. You guys was up big. You had complete control of that game. Michael Beasley, because that's what we calling him, right? Michael Beaslly was dancing around, hitting threes, right? Tim Hardaway figured out his shot started to fall. Guys,
Flea, I want to be respectful to I want to be respectful to Michael Beasley. Mid Beasley.
Okay. Yeah, because Michael Beasley.
Hold on. Mid-league Beasley?
Mid-league Beasley. Okay, I'm rolling. Mid-league Beasley. Yes, I'm rolling. But yeah, they start hitting shots. They start feeling good. That
name is wild. If you from the Bronx If you are
Live
from
Lee
Laturia,
is crazy.
It's
Laturia,
crazy.
yo, you pay him no mind. If you from Philly or the Bronx, pay that. Yo,
Mid-League
that's
Beasley.
That bum ass nigga out of here. Fuck out of here.
Nah, they had confidence, man. They was rolling, and our two best players stepped up, man. Like you said, like the resolve that Tom Thibodeau continues to show every time this team goes on a run and starts to make us, have to play and have to step our level of play up, right? He could have easily got out-coached the last 2 games, but he's picking and choosing his spots on when to call timeouts. I think he's picking and choosing his spots when to make the right substitutions, right? I thought Deuce McBride gave us good minutes today. They weren't great. They was just solid minutes to come in and just do what you got to do. We still got to ramp up Mitch a little more for me. I don't think he's seeing the floor enough for me. I think the rebounding disparity wouldn't be as bad if I think, got him in the game a little more, right? Because there's no way Jalen Duren should have 15 rebounds. There's just no way. And he's a good player. He's a good player. But on that offensive glass, Cat couldn't keep him off the offensive glass. I think, we got to be better defensive rebounder so we could get possessions and get back on the other side of the floor.
Well, just real quick, you know what? There's been some little bit of rumors, which I don't know is true or false, but they saying that Mitch is, he may be not too healthy. And maybe, Tibbs may have to try Precious for a couple minutes, just to help Cat out on that rebounding tip. And maybe, as far as defense, because he can slide his feet a little more, he could close out much better as far as on the guards and things of that nature. But I listen, that end of the game, Fleet, I'm gonna be honest, we can't have it both ways, right? As NBA fans, we can't want the playoffs to be physical and low scoring and competitive, but then we cry and complain when there's fights for the basketball. It's a 1-point game. Right. There's bodies going to be flying. Of course, there's going to be guys diving, and you want to get the win. So even that last season in the first round against Philly, we just was quicker to the ball and scrappy and tougher, and we wanted it more. And Flea, you correct. Detroit, y'all was up 11 in the fourth quarter. Caught on fire. Our leader, our captain, got injured. That's on y'all. So listen, one thing I realized with our Knicks, people don't never want to just give us our props. It's always some bullshit excuse. So instead of trying to say it should have been a foul call, how about Brunson ankle got injured, the same ankle that he just came off an injury, and then he came in and bust y'all ass? What about Cat, who everybody, got something negative to say, showed up today? How about saying down 11 in the fourth quarter, under 5 minutes left, 6 minutes left, on the road, in the playoffs, we come back and win. Fight, scrap, don't give up. So for me, I'm not even feeding into that. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, OJ, I gotta ask a question, and for you and Fabian. Something you've always talked about all season long, and what is like shining right now through the last 3 games is our basketball IQ. How we're playing down the stretch. What do you feel about our basketball IQ and, how we're executing in late game situations from the team and from the coach?
I'll be brief because I want Fabian to get into that. I want him to, have his opinion on that also. Today, last couple games has been a little better, but we still make a lot of mental mistakes. Just turning over. You got to remember, I think in the first half, Detroit might have had 10 turnovers. Then remember, it was a stretch where none of us was scoring the basketball. So we still make a lot of mental mistakes. Josh Hart wanting the ball too much, having the ball in his hands, turning the ball over, guys still jumping and throwing the ball. So for me, we were much better than what we were. And I think that's peaking at the right time. But I think, we still have to work on that. I still think us as a team, the basketball IQ is still not as great as I want it to be. But tonight we showed that we have some smarts because we realized give Brunson the ball and get the fuck out the way. Simple. To me, Flea, that's how basketball IQ. Your man got it going, and he's hitting the open guys. Get out the way. So I think tonight, this afternoon proved that we can have a high basketball IQ. We just got to do it on a consistent basis.
Fabian said something right before you go, Fabian. You said how Brunson was picking and choosing his spots very well today. And I thought that was something huge, especially in that first half. First play of the game, we went right to Cat, right? Established him the first play of the game. He got the first shot of the game. And then, we got another guy shot. Josh Hart got 2 early threes. So you were spot on about what you said about him picking and choosing his spots to put us in position to be successful.
This is a bigger pun than I expected, but Jordan Cat with the fadeaway. But I didn't really. I'm thinking about it like, remember his girl is. Anyway.
Yeah, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Yeah,
I see what you did there. Triple entendre.
Yeah, but Jordan Cat sounds crazy.
Insane. That's nasty.
I might.
Don't put that on him, please.
Yeah.
Please
no, not on him, but that's like. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Both ways. Michael Jordan and his shorty. Don't put that on him.
But that's like putting the shorty on blast. The Jordan Cafe. Listen, man. You asked a question about our IQ. I'm staying focused. My ADHD is kicking in. I think what established or showed our IQ was what Tibbs said one of the post-game conferences or an interview with him. How you respond, not to get too high, too low and all that. But it's really, we were all frustrated after game 2 as fans, and we were going crazy. And I was saying, can't blame it all on Brunson. Somebody got to step up. It was somewhere in the middle, the truth, right? Like, we got to step up as a team, and Brunson has to calm the hell down. And the fact that we did respond to that, and game 4 was like, okay, game 3, everybody was balanced, and everybody was able to chip in. Game 4, we saw, like you said, Brunson's picking his spots. So much so, first quarter, he didn't have to go 100,000 miles an hour. The team was in balance, but after that, we were shot offensively. OG and Bridges could not get it going, and the floor started closing in. And in a game like that, Brunson came back after the injury, and he's going bananas. He just didn't look like he was injured. So I think that has to be something that can be pointed out as an example as IQ on a team. Brunson had 20 points in the fourth quarter today. I didn't even realize that. That's crazy. Yeah. 15 points in the fourth quarter. 7 of 11, 2 assists, no turnovers. And that's the other thing. Did he have any turnovers in the game? He did have 2 turnovers, but it doesn't feel like he's making a lot of turnovers. Oh, obviously he turned the ball over when he injured his ankle. But the IQ, just to pick things up, you're gonna have to win the game differently because we said it all year. We don't have that balanced lineup. We just don't. So if we don't have the passing that we're looking for, we don't have the sets that we could actually run cleanly the way that we want to. You got to grit and grind this one out. And Tim Legler said it during the broadcast, and I've always said this. OG, we know he's limited when he goes to the basket. And the problem with his game is he doesn't have that counter yet. He doesn't know how to pick the ball up yet and look for somebody to get the ball to because you don't have your offensive scoring down pat. All right, well, you have to look for a teammate. And he's the one who gave the assist to Cat on the right wing, right? After Cat hit the fadeaway for 3.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He looked up, and it had to do with bobbling the ball a little bit and looking up. He was kind of forced to do it, but at least he found him. He knew he was going to be because you're paying attention to the tape. Like, this is the play that we're running. The Cat's supposed to be there. Get it to him there. I see your face, please.
No, I just there's got to be something said to why he's not being as aggressive as he was during that stretch when Brunson was out, right? If we could get the offensive or even close to what he was giving us during that stretch, I think this series would be probably over, right? We might have got them out of here in 4. But because, I think OG is like 18 a night during this series. But what is his shooting percentages? Is he shooting it really well? He didn't shoot it well tonight, and I don't think he shot it well in game 2. So, if we could get something from those 2 guys, right? The big reason why they could really hide today is because we got some offensive output from Josh Hart. Josh Hart, I think, was like 15, 10, and 5 today, right? Like, so those guys can really focus on battling with Cade, right? Trying to slow Cade down. And if that's the case, right? Because it's a game-by-game situation. We got to do what the game calls for. If the game is calling for Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby to take turns trying to slow down Cade Cunningham, and we're going to get offensive firepower from our 2 best players in Cat and Brunson, then that's what the game calls for. If the game calls for those guys to hit shots and get 15 to 18 apiece from Mikal Bridges and OG so that we could win games, I mean, that's what it's going to call for. We got to be able to do what the game calls for. I think you said it, and I'll let OG go, but next series is going to be important to get offensive output from them. You guys have to put the ball in the basket next series. You cannot be out there 3 for 11, 3 for 13, 4 for 16 on certain nights. We'll get blown off the floor if we get nights like that from y'all. We can't afford that. So I love the fact that our 2 best players are playing their asses off for majority of this series. Through 4 games, our guys, Cat and Jalen, have been amazing. But let's put a bow on this series. Let's get some rest, get healthy, and let's get ready for Boston.
All ball though. Detroit, I think they were the 2nd best defense in the league for this whole entire calendar year. Like not since the season started, but since January 1st. And I gotta give credit to them for stopping OG Flea. There's too many times he goes to the basket and they're putting his newfound skill to the test, ripping him, daring him to go like, yo, go up with that, taking the ball from you, smacking the ball out of his hands. He missed the alley-oop, an easy alley-oop from Brunson. We were Butterfingers. I immediately yelled it out. This is him again with the reps. What am I not supposed to do in these moments? I think that's where he's gonna have to lend his mind to, his body to, because we haven't seen the next level yet. And that's what we talked about during that 10-game stretch while Brunson was gone. Are we gonna see this in the playoffs? Are you really an option on offense? It'll be kind of crazy if you are. It'll make this would have been a sweep if OG Anunoby is playing the way he played those 10 games. It would have been an easy sweep. Back to your point, Flea. I'm sorry, I did look it up. The first 3 games, OG was shooting 42% from the field and 30% from 3. 3 for 8 the first game, 0 for 4 the second game, 3 for 8 game number 3. And then today, he was abysmal from the field. 3 of 13, 0 of 3 from 3-point range, all ball, 8 points, 3 steals though, no turnovers. And before I pass it off to you about the OG thing, first quarter I thought he left Cat and Brunson in there for 12 minutes. I didn't like that. We already had the momentum in the first quarter. Let's close that out and restart this in quarter number 2 because we already had it figured out, all ball.
Well, I have to be honest. I don't want to give no team props that plays against us, but we have to be honest. Detroit is tough, man. We have to really understand what JB has done over there. They scrappy, they confident, they got some guys that can actually shoot, and they have some guys that's tough and rugged, that can rebound, that can defend. So, I didn't expect us to sweep them, no matter how great OG or anybody else would have played, because they have a legit superstar. And they have a guy, anytime you have a guy that can take over a basketball game and is that good, Charles Barkley said it best. I'm always going to get me one game, no matter what. So for me, I think Detroit, I see why people, besides it being a Knicks hate, I can see why people will say, okay, Detroit, would beat us. Because I think, they're in the same position the Orlando Magic was in, I think last year or the year before, where, people started to see like, oh shit, these guys is good. I just think OG is struggling because we have to be honest. He's the only guy that can guard Cade Cunningham. Listen, man, that's a big order for anybody. I don't care who you are. Because Cade could knock down a 3, he can hit the mid, he can take you to the basket. You see, he dunked over Cat, and he could get you 10 to 15 assists. So for me, I agree with what Flea said. Next series, him and Bridges got to be efficient. You got to knock down some shots. Listen, we are not that next team, which we pretty sure is going to be Boston. And big shout out to Tori B. I know she don't want us to, we still got a game, so I respect that. But let's be honest. We get to the next series, we have to step everything up 10 times. Mm-hmm. Let's be for real, because Boston might got 2 Cade Cunninghams if they play at their level with Tatum and Brown.
They might have 3. But that's why I don't want to go fast forward too much, because the next game Detroit has to answer. We got to close this out the same way certain quarters we're able to close out. I know we're having fun. I'm starting to calm down a little bit too. But
I think and just real quick, I think Tuesday night game 5, I think we're going to close it out. Flea said it best. Detroit played their best basketball, and you can tell that JB he's very excited to be in this position. And you can tell that he's kind of overcoaching, and you can tell that the Detroit Pistons, especially Kate Cunningham, they're now understanding what the NBA playoffs is. And right now, the lights are too bright, and they're just not a better basketball team than us. I think Tuesday night, the Garden is going to be rocking, and I think those lights are going to be extra bright, and our guys, this is what we do. So I think we will close it out in Game 5, but OG and Bridges, they have to play much better on a consistent basis if we're gonna ever compete for a championship. If those are the guys that we're rolling with, like Flea said, you know, this is a new team. Now we're getting some reps together, some time together. If these are the guys we're rolling with for the next 2, 3, however many seasons, they have to play better on the offensive end at a consistent basis if we're ever going to win a championship. But right now, OG struggling. I'm not really sweating because, listen, he's the only defender on the team. Let's be realistic, that can guard 1 through 3. It may be some 4s. We have nobody else on the team that can do that. Other teams may have multiple guys. Let's think about OKC. They got Williams and Dort. Those guys can guard 1 through 4. We have one guy that can do that. So I don't really expect him in these series to average 20.
Have y'all seen what the hell Caruso's been doing in the playoffs on the defensive end?
Caruso, right,
oh
right. Flea, they got 3. Flea, hold on. It did Hartenstein with his defense and did Chet. So some teams got 3 to 5, 6 guys.
We talk about that later. I'm very, very convinced on OKC right now.
But
we
Flea,
talk about that later.
Right, then I'll let y'all rock. But that was a great point because it has nothing to do with OKC. It's just what we're talking about with OG. Hart and Bridges, Deuce, everybody else is going to have to make up for what OG can't give us sometimes on the offensive end. Because remember, he's going to have to guard the best defender on each series. He has to guard the best guy. And he's going to have to do it for the whole duration of the game. It ain't going to be for 1 or 2. No, it's going to have to be OG. So, you know, I feel, you know, eventually guys are going to have to get much better and be more consistent on the offensive end. And I'm talking about everybody because, you know, we can't expect OG to average 20 plus, but he has to guard Kate Cunningham, a Tatum, Donovan, whoever, you know, for 35 plus minutes. Come on, that's almost impossible. I don't think nobody is able to do that. Not even the Ron Artest or the Tony Allens would be able to guard somebody for that duration and play great defense and going to be great on the offensive end. So we got to get that guy some help. Got to get that guy some help, especially Mikal Bridges.
But Flea, I think there was a couple of possessions where I saw OG on the guy that Cunningham wanted to switch on. He wanted his pick, and he immediately saw OG on that guy. He was like, shit, called off the switch. But that eats up 2, 3, 4 seconds and ruins your rhythm. Mikal's on you. I don't think Mikal did a bad job. It's just that physically, it's what you said about SGA on Vince Williams. Yeah, Vince, you good on defense, but this is another level. This is what MVPs do. And Cade, we expect him to be an MVP caliber. That's what we see. This is potentially MVP caliber. Couple more steps. What's the difference between him and SGA, right? But I don't mind Mikal spending 3.5 quarters on him or whatever the case may be. 3 of 9 from the field in the first half of Kate Cunningham. He was 8 of 14 in the fourth quarter because now you got to deal with OG Anunoby in the fourth quarter, who's not running around defending you. You're not running around getting game film, actual game film to download in your head about where you can take OG. Nah, give him like 4 or 5 minutes of actual game action on defense. Now it looks now it's more pressure built up when it's crunch time and you have to score and you miss that free throw shot when OG's on you because I know you're thinking about him. That shot is money for you, Kate Cunningham. You thinking about it's OG guarding you and not Mikal, Flea.
I'm not mad at how you look at that, right? Because if we start the game with OG on him, right, and then for the next 2.5, 3 quarters, he gets a steady diet of Mikal Bridges, and now we get into the money time. The money time, we're gonna have OG on him. So now, yeah, they might have switched off on him. You've probably got the most of your looks from Mikal Bridges, but the guy that gives you the most problems, you really didn't see most of the night. But when it's the money time, that guy is here. So can you get to the money or can you not? And he wasn't able to get to it. And I love the way that you looked at that, because I didn't look at it like that, because I was looking at it like I don't like that Mikal can't defend him on terms of strength. right? He overpowers Mikal. But can Mikal stay with him? For sure. Does he make shots tough for him? Because he's long? For sure. But physically, Cade is too strong for him, and you can see that OG doesn't get overpowered. But if we can do that in Game 5 and get it to where, you know, this guy had a 25-point triple-double, and we won the game, right? The other night he had 30, right, against us, and we won the game, right? And so I think we're doing the best that we can against Cade Cunningham, considering this is his first playoff series ever, right? He's, you know, a top 15 to 20 player in the league right now, all-star level player, and we've taken his best shot. I'm going to say it again, we've taken their best shot. I don't know what the hell we're going to see in Game 5 that we haven't seen for 4 games, that we haven't seen for damn near 8 games already. How many times have we played this team already? Close to 10 times this season so far, including the regular season. So, you know, I don't think that there's anything that they're going to throw at us that we haven't seen in Game 5. We just got to play at our best. If they bring their best and we bring our best, we're going to get the W.
And I guess the one last thing about Cade Cunningham for me is that he can't pass out of those spots yet. Like a lot of players, we see Brunson, we get kind of like, he's gotten better this year. When he gets to his spot and he can find an open man or just get that hockey assist, he knows how to kick out when he's driving to the paint. He's finding an open man. And Cade, we expect that if he does do that, if he does, he's able to assist and be more, increase his court vision. He can be an MVP candidate, man. He can be an MVP candidate, but that will require him keeping his eyes on the prize, baby Bubba. Playoff basketball is here and it's heating up. And Prize Picks is the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Yeah, man. Yeah, fellas, man. You know, before we get out of here, I just want to get, you know, what are y'all reactions to how y'all think Game 5 is going to go down? Tuesday night in the Garden. Y'all know, listen, I might have to go downtown and watch that thing where everybody be outside the block party. I'm a little nervous, but I might have to go down there. You know, my old ass down there. I might have to figure that out. But all jokes aside, what are y'all looking forward to in Game 5 Tuesday night at the Garden?
What you think, Flea?
For me, I just think we got to keep our foot on the gas. I fully expect Brunson to, you know, be a little sore by game 5, right? That ankle is not going to be healthy for the rest of the playoffs, so he's going to have to play through that. It is what it is. The guy's tough. He's going to have to play through it. But for us, I just think if we play defense the way we've played defense over the last 4 games, they don't have any. They have nothing that they can give us anymore. They give us our best punch. They give us their best punch. If we can neutralize and get Tobias Harris to not be comfortable, right? Tim Hardaway Jr. I think was 2 for 10 from 3 today. He ain't shooting the ball well. A couple shots he knocked down, cool. Beasley always comes off the bench. He gives them a punch. But I just feel like we know who they are. They're not changing up anything else. Nobody's gonna come off the bench and give us anything different, right? They try to put Ron Holland in there. He try to muck up the game. Sit the fuck down. You regular weed right now. You not it right now. You still got some time. There's nothing else that they could do, I think, in terms of changing anything that's gonna mess with us. They tried to put Asor Thompson on Jalen Brunson for the last 4 games. Go look at Jalen Brunson's numbers, y'all. What the fuck has Asor Thompson done to slow Jalen Brunson down? Nothing. If we're looking at it in totality, has he played good defense? Good. Great job. Go look at his numbers, though.
Hey, Flea, he looking like regular weed out there.
Regular. We say what we want. Look, they say. Those kids are good. Them twins are good. Steph Curry had 36 last night. Hey man,
Hey, Fleet. Hey, Fleet, listen, no. AllBall TV, Knicks Rehab, we tell her how it is. Look. Nigga looking like regular weed, man.
Regular. Fuck out of here. Get them niggas out of here, right? Like,
fuck out of here, man.
They're good, but they're going up against elite guards right now. And these elite guards are tearing their asses up. So I fully expect us to come out big. Big Bodega got to have a big game. Big Bodega got to have a big game for us to close this thing out. Defense is the word for me, y'all. If we could do that, I think we handle them easily. I think Game 5 would be the game that we don't see them come out and have like one of those big third quarters. If we want to finish this series, they can't have a good third quarter.
I agree. That dirt. What you do to that dirt? Huh? When that real shit arrived. You know what happens when you open that other bag up? The whole room lights up like, oh, yo.
Like, oh, where you got this from?
Well, like down the hallway.
Niggas ain't no Za.
No Za.
That piff back in that piffery. You talking about?
Y'all niggas ain't that good. Y'all niggas ain't that good chocolate.
Yo, I ain't heard piffin, man. Long red.
Yo, them niggas is hydro with seeds in it. Fuck out of here. Niggas is some good dro.
Regular.
Dro with seeds is crazy.
It's nasty. Give it back.
Somebody
I don't want it.
Somebody, hold on, Fleet, because you know, AllBall is not a Cheech and Chong member. Anybody ever cop Dro with seeds in it?
Yes, nasty. It's bad work. It's bad work.
Yo, I would if somebody ever did that to me, I'd have been like, yo, my man, I need a discount. You ain't no
bad work.
This is not that.
You're not gonna be able to find them. Because by the time you get back and break it down, it's already you're like, damn, like what am I gonna do? I'm gonna have to go spin on them now? Nah, I'm here already. Let's get to it.
It depends what point of maturity I was at in my, in my essence back then. Because if I'm a year or two in, nah, you ain't pulling that off on me. You got 3 steps for me. Like, yo, hold on. Nah. And just like them Pistons is regular and they're not mature enough to handle that Garden crowd. Really, like everyone was talking about that Garden crowd. Like, nah, this is different. And if the crowd gets going, in order for us to get the crowd going, you need that cat performance. And I'm not saying, again, when I say aggressive, people instantly think offense. It's not just defense. It's that effort. When if Cat dies for a loose ball in the first quarter, if he don't let him start a fight at the Garden. Don't let him put somebody at the Garden in the first quarter. The Garden will lose its mind. That building might explode, y'all. But if Karl-Anthony Towns just shows that, because we used to Brunson doing that. We used to Josh Hart doing that. But if Cat does that, we're going crazy. I need him to put the nail in the coffin. Get this thing going. Games, first quarter, tip off. Tip off, just mush somebody. Let's go. It's over. Dipset Cat's in the building. He does that. The rest of the game is done. The Pistons will recover. They needed their crowd for the last 2 games, and what happened? Nothing. You had home cooking. What happened? Nothing. So back at the Garden, back at home, Brunson, Hart, OG, they've all been here before. At the Garden, Cat hasn't felt the Garden in the playoffs, Game 5. They all have. OG, Hart, and Brunson know, yo, Cat, get ready. Let's get that first quarter going because you're going to feel this wave. And once we start doing that, the Pistons are going to get rattled. They're just not mature enough. You can see, Cade Cunningham, you're not mature enough, bro. You don't have it. And nobody else on your team can do it all, ball. What do you expect Game 5, my brother?
I expect the bench to come up big. I expect, Cat and Brunson, yeah. I think Cat and Brunson is going to attract so much attention that, guys like Campaign and Deuce are going to hit just some big shots. As long as them guys hit wide open shots, I expect us winning between 8 and 12 points. I think it's going to be a good game, but once again, we have the better team, the better talent, and I think just that environment of the Garden is going to be too big pause for the Detroit Pistons. I don't care what none of them do. I don't think Cat has to have a great game. I just think, we just have to play well as a team. And I think this is going to be the game that the bench steps up. Guys like Deuce going to hit 2 to 4 threes. a guy like Campaign may come in and give us a good 10 points off the bench and spark the bench. I think, to me, that's what's going to happen in Game 5. But I do expect Cat and Brunson to play well, but I expect the bench to play even better because I think those guys are going to get wide open shots. And I think the pressure is now on the Detroit Pistons, and I don't think they're going to live up to it.
Yeah, I think the bench players always play better at home in the playoff, right? You always expect them to play better at home. On the road, they really struggled, right? I was calling my man Champagne Campaign after Game 1. I ain't said Champagne Campaign since Game 1, right? So,
Flea, you mad at that because we weren't expecting Campaign to pull off 10, 14 points in the fourth quarter.
But we needed it, and that's what OG is saying right there. He's saying, like, and what I was saying, game by game is going to take certain things for us to win games, right? Yep. Tonight it took our 2 best players to play at an astronomical level. In Game 1, it took a barrage from Campaign in the fourth quarter to get us over that hump. In Game 3, it took us a collective to bounce back after they punched us in the mouth and jump back and win the game. So game by game situation, it may, like OG said, we may get Deuce to hit 5 threes in Game 5. Deuce hits 3 or 4 threes. That changes it, right? If Mikal Bridges comes out and has a game that we know he's capable of having, then what, right? They haven't seen that yet. They haven't had to adjust to anybody playing at a high offensive level aside from Cat and Brunson. If we get a huge offensive output from somebody else, I think that punches them in the mouth. They're done.
Also, boy, I think I forgot to mention with the experience from last year, they got to be saying, yo, remember, we thought we had it won in Game 5 and we had to go to Philly and win that series last season. We should have beat Philadelphia. That's when what's the guard for Philly? Young kid.
Who, Maxey?
Maxey. When he hit that 3, like, they're gonna have to go to your little PTSD file, be like, yo, remember this? Show that tape. That's what Tibbs is gonna be good for. Yo, we're not letting this happen again. Cade is perfectly capable of being this guy, or being
Were we up
dream
3-1 on Philly going into Game 5 last year?
I thought we were.
I'm asking. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up, Fleeble. But what do you think about that? Us having a PTSD from last year.
It's a whole nother year, whole different ball club, and to me, a totally different team. Like I said, last year, Philly had the MVP, and we know how good Maxey is. I don't think this is nowhere near that type of situation. So I'm not even worried about that. Like I said, I think we're gonna come out in the first quarter strong, and I think we're gonna win the game. Like I said, it's going to be a good game, but in the Garden, the way we feed off the fans, that electricity in the building, Detroit ain't ready for that, bro. And I think today was the game for Detroit to kind of like stay in it. But Flea said it perfectly. They did all they can do, and we beat them at home twice. I don't see them beating us Tuesday night. I'm sorry. I really don't. So for me, I'm not worried about what happened last year because that was a totally different ball club against a totally different team. So yeah, I think Tuesday night we ended and we beat Detroit in 5.
Flea, great point by King's Speech. We closed it out in Philly last year, Game 6, in AKA MSG South, where we turned out and we were up 3-2, Game 5. And so
no, we was up going into Game 5. We was up 3-1.
Right. Oh yes, I'm sorry.
3-1.
Right. You
okay, we lost at home and then went and won Game 6 in Philly.
Yes. So what do you think? You think Detroit has no problem? There is no repeat of last year. They don't have that the putza.
Nah, I think like that great word, that PTSD. If we think about what happened in Game 5 last year, how we allowed them to stick around, right? They gave us their best shot last year in Game 5. Maxey came out, hit that tough shot, right? So we got to remember the things that, the executing down the stretch is going to be huge next game. They're going to fight. They're going to scratch. They're going to claw. They're going to do everything, right? They're going to do everything they can to make it that by the end of the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left in the game, are the Knicks up 3 or down 3, right? Detroit is going to do everything they can to make us in an uncomfortable situation come down the stretch of that game. We just got to be ready to play. We got to be ready to play and get stops.
Ooh, Ant-Man just went down in the Lakers Timberwolves game. LeBron, like they're both going after the ball, him and LeBron James, and LeBron kind of LeBron kind of landed on Ant-Man's foot.
No, save real, not common. He dove into that nigga ankle. That's what he did. Fuck out of here. Look, man, it's just clear as day. Come on, bro.
By hook or by crook, LeBron, I respect it. Let's get to the super.
Take us home, man.
Let's get
take us home.
We YouTube put a goal up there for 10 super chats. I appreciate it. We got to 4. Nina, thank you so much. Amazement 717, always with the great comments. In my Mark Jackson voice to Cat, Mama, there goes that man. Brunson just went in, got his cape again. That's all. No worries. Salute to you too as well. Amazement, appreciate you always supporting and contributing. Son from Brooklyn, peace, fellas. Great no call by the refs. But salute to Carl Anthony Towns. You done know scene. What? You done know scene. Is that is that Jamaican? Best Buy. That's a dope name, man. Best Buy with the super sticker. Oh, salute to you, man.
That Jamaican.
I didn't know.
You see, I ain't even feed into that, bro.
Imposter.
Nigga's stupid, yo.
Also, click the links in the chat for our Discord. We want all you guys to jump in there. Because the Discord will be like a super chat, like a real super chat for all of us to just congregate in there, help each other out, help build this AllBall TV family thing to another level. June 21st, Myrtle Beach Sockasty High School, South Carolina, Kenny Anderson second annual basketball showcase. That's June 21st. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina at Sockasty High School. Kenny Anderson second annual basketball showcase. Be there or be square. The AllBall TV family shall be there. You kidding me? Thank all you. Oh man, the big yellow flea. She ain't playing with us out here, man. Tori said, "What? You need what?" She said, "It comes to what?"
Big shout out Tori.
Big shout
out Tori B, man. Big shout out everybody, but super big shout out Tori B, man. The love, man. The consistency, just that everybody shows, man. When we rock on this, man. Yeah, y'all don't understand how much we appreciate y'all. Like, we really like be in group chats, and me and my brothers talk and we really discuss the chat and how much we love and respect y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Tori B, big shout out.
We violate a lot of y'all too, just respectfully. I talk crazy about a lot of y'all behind y'all back because I don't like a lot of y'all. Respectfully.
I ain't talking behind their back. I'll tell you now, I curse Fish out every chance I get. Fish, go to hell, Fish.
I love y'all. I love
you, Fish.
Best Buy said that was Guyanese. You gotta chill out.
Get us out of here, bro. See, get us out of here, bro.
No, that was hilarious. Yo, shout out to 94 feet of UNC. Make sure y'all join that AllBall Discord.
Linzel
Graham. 94 feet of UNC. Hit his chat, hit his YouTube channel. Very helpful, always looking out. Obviously, we got to link up maybe with one of these Knicks appreciation YouTubes after the series. It's gonna be a big moment. Appreciate that. Monkey Rinse said, I appreciate the honesty. Robert Paulson said, you can't even see the chat. Yo, Robert Paulson, mind your business, man. Jesus Christ. RP, next time, RP, hit up the AllBall DM, by the way, because I got that up. It's better to link up that way. Yo, Tuesday night, you said AllBall?
Game 5. We in the building. You already know. Let's go.
Tuesday night, ain't no games out here. Come on, man. No games out here. Yo, Fleet, they think you got an S curl going on. AllBall and Fleet competing for the S curl box curl of the year.
Hey, yo, hey, Fish, yeah, you see that thing? Look, hey, Fish, I don't put nothing in this thing neither. Yeah.
This is just water.
Imagine if I put the sazon and all that in this joint, the penny and all that in there.
The penny,
you know what I mean?
Get the fuck
in his head. What kind of uptown flavors?
Just saying, man.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.